Welcome to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Liberty Santiago on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. The show that talks to small business owners about the best ways to practice business in our current day from experienced professionals. We are here every Saturday at 11 a.m. to noon. And this week we have Travis Bailey with CentralValleyAlarms.com. He's going to come in and talk about himself and what he does for his businesses and his community.
He's actually also going to be sharing how he can help you.
Yes, exactly. And that's what we want to do. We want to help you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that our two businesses have in common, Central Valley Alarm and the Small Business Voice, is we are for the people.
We are for the people. And so is Liberty, by the way. and by the way, today is Liberty's birthday today. She has turned 27.
Thanks, Justin. Amazing. My 19-year-old daughter would probably argue with you about that.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? And you look fabulous, by the way.
Thank you.
You really do look 27.
Thank you.
And I can't believe you have a 19-year-old. You know, my youngest is 20. But I also look older, too, so you can...
Yeah, when we go around town, me and my daughter, a lot of people ask if we're sisters, and she, peers over and looks at me like, ew, no. But I'm like, yes, actually, thank you for the compliment.
Yeah. Well, but you know what? She's probably at that age now where you guys are more kind of maybe in that friends where she's kind of...
Our relationship is getting much deeper and more dynamic and more friend oriented.
Yeah. Once you get past the high school years, it's kind of it gets better.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Yeah. Now, is she going to school or?
She actually is an entrepreneur. So,
she is? Okay.
Yeah, which is great for the show is talking about how you can be an entrepreneur even at 19 years old. So she graduated as a 17-year-old and then went into nail technician school.
Nice.
And she currently is a nail technician.
All right.
Yeah.
Does she do pedicures?
She does.
I could show her my feet and I could probably scare her. Like it'd be a great Halloween,
Oh, goodness. Oh, man.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
So that's cool. So she's an entrepreneur and maybe she can come on the show someday.
Maybe she can.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for the welcome. I'll let her know.
Yes.
So today's theme is really all about protection. And to start us off, we have our guest, Travis Bailey with Central Valley Alarm. And he is going to be bringing us some valuable insights about protecting commercial property and the assets inside your business. And he has a really cool story to share with us about his monitoring and how useful that has been for business owners in the hospitality sector, which is really cool. It's just really amazing, too, what we're going to hear about stewardship and giving back to the community as good philanthropists.
Yeah, and that's very important. You want to give back to it's a big circle. Mm-hmm. It's actually that infinity sign.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. It just keeps going back and coming around. Yeah, it's good.
It's a great motto. So many local businesses are the heart of what drives our community. So stay with us to the end of the show for a community corner that includes local supportive events, ways to give back, and mixers, good for all philanthropists. Say that 3 times fast. And later on our community quarter, we will highlight what local events this weekend and look ahead to the next week for more opportunities to meet and interact with our local community.
Yes. And, personal and professional development is key for any successful entrepreneur or growing business. I don't care if you are just starting out or if you are currently in the multi-million-dollar sector. Personal and professional development is instrumental for keeping it going, best leadership practices, and as an intuitive business consultant, and I'm also quickly becoming known as a manifestation mentor. This is because I help the clients with incredible outcomes, things that they, really want to go for, but they don't really necessarily know the how. And the how is like such a mind trip. It really messes with people's minds. And so, these challenges are typical among business owners and entrepreneurs.
Last week we had our Gold Star meeting and we had to give a compliment or we had to give a comment about
what the other person's superpower is.
Yeah, the superpower, yeah. And so mine to you was you don't let people fail. You don't let people give up. So if you hire Liberty to make you a better person, you're going to get what you pay for, because she is not she's going to
high standards, Justin.
Yes,
that's what it is.
Yes,
high quality.
Yes. So be prepared to be successful, because she is not going to let you stop.
Yes. The common misnomer is really that by admitting that we can be overwhelmed or confused or stuck, that somehow we're failing. But failure is not a destination. It's a journey. And each and every failure can be a lesson.
Exactly.
If you are open to receiving the lessons, being able to reflect back, what did I learn out of that challenge, and what can I do differently next time?
It's funny because people are afraid of failure. I think that starts in school, because you get that F, and you're like, crap, I got to take this to my mom, have her sign the report card. So it gets put into our head at a young age that failure is bad. But if you really study, like Abraham Lincoln's like one of my favorite people to study, because in a way he kind of failed his way to the top. He was a lawyer, but he also had a lot of businesses. He ran for office and just lost. Filed bankruptcy many times, and he's on the $5 bill. He's one of our most prolific, most era changing or something, I don't know the word, but he changed history. He was a game changer.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's for good reason that you bring up those people, because those are the people that we want to study and find out, what does make them successful. Like we study, Rockefeller and Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill, and all these epic thought leaders. And it's really good to, you don't have to take everything that they have done in their life as, your lesson, but you can take what serves you and then, adapt that into your current day.
And these people that we're talking about, they were born with this. I don't think they had I know they didn't have the internet back then.
Yeah.
So they couldn't just hop on and, how could I better improve? I mean, these people just had the drive and they had the determination to be successful.
Yeah, some people are born with the predisposition of, knowing what their gifts are, and others are born into environmental disadvantages. But what I really want to say about those disadvantages is it catapults you light years ahead. Is if you were predisposition for that talent, then you already know, and you have to fight your ego a lot more than when you were born with a environmental, suppressed situation. Then you have to learn to fight for the top from the beginning, and you have the strength and the stamina to go through and to not settle. So it's a choice.
Even if you achieve your goals, and I can't remember who I was listening to, but they said, I think it was Grant Cardone actually. He said when he made his first $1 million, he didn't really know what to do. It was kind of a scary time, because here you hit your goal. Mm-hmm. And actually, I've heard this from other people too, but you hit that goal and you don't know what to do. Sometimes people just kind of get content, and they're not as driven, that it goes away. Have you met Marilyn Combs before?
I have. She's epic.
Yeah. She told me that too. She says, she hit her goals, but you have to be determined to keep on going. Yeah.
There's a book that speaks to that, the upper limit problem, and that is, what do you do when you are nearing that success? How do you continue to strive on? Because many people have the notion that the bottom's going to drop out at any time, or that I'm not deserving of this money, so I have to spend it right away.
Yeah. And
even Manny Vaya talks about, a lot of investors make the mistake of getting a lot of money and then going out and buying a Ferrari. But where they should really take that money, reinvest it back into their business. Yeah. And then you will be looking at abundance and just never ending wealth. But you have to have that mindset that, this is an investment. This is a journey. This isn't a destination. That's a trap. to say, I want to make $1 million, because $1 million ain't going to buy you much more than a house and a Lamborghini.
Yeah, $1 million is a start.
It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a start. But if that's your end game, you need to reevaluate. And
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, because really the fulfillment piece is in going after the goal. It's not in the goal of itself. It's merely in the aim. It's just to have something to aim at and shoot at.
Yeah. How many times, and I can speak for this, before being an entrepreneur, but how many times have you accomplished a goal like paying off your debt, getting debt free, and you're saying, okay, well, that's good. I'm never going to do that again. And then a year later, you're back in the same problem.
Oh, it happens so fast.
Yeah, exactly.
It is, yeah.
So you have to, and this is a plug for you, because you have to train your mind. You have to retrain your thinking. Mm-hmm. And if you want to do that, I would highly recommend Liberty at libertybrand.biz.
Yeah, the best compliment to me is seeing clients with that type of a success, yes, you should definitely enlist the help of, the people that have made you successful. So thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate you and what you've done for me. And we have this little network that we're a part of, and we just have each other's back.
Yes,
Love
it's
it.
so good.
Yes.
And we encourage you all to enlist the help of a community, a support network, and to really understand that you're not in this alone. So to reach us, you can connect to us on the web at smallbusinessvoicemedia.com and libertybrand.biz.
Yes. Pretty soon, in the near future, it's going to be Liberty Brands.
I know. You're manifesting that for me.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
This is the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Liberty Santiago on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And then connect with us with the smallbusinessvoicemedia.com. And we are on Facebook, Small Business Voice Media on Facebook. Send us a message on our Facebook page and click the like button on Small Business Voice Media. And share your voice with us by telling what would you like Liberty and I to discuss on a future show. And we are here speaking with Travis Bailey with Central Valley Alarm to bring us valuable insights about protecting your commercial property and assets for your business.
Awesome. Travis, I'm so thankful to you for being here today.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I cannot wait to hear about this. How did you start this business? Why did you start this business?
It's been a long journey. I was a door-to-door salesman for about, how long has it been? Going on 10 years. And I decided there's no real retirement game and just knocking on people's doors. So we wanted to start a business based on ethics, integrity, and service, because there's a lot of disservice going on in the door-to-door space. And it just turned into a process of people calling us, and we couldn't be happier about that.
Yes,
awesome.
That's so good. So who's an ideal customer for Central Valley Alarms?
One of our slogans is there's no job too big or no job too small. So anyone that really wants to get a quality service done, we really take that time to make sure that it's more of a custom side of the job. So anyone that wants a high-quality job they should call us.
Absolutely. And what counties does Central Valley Alarm install and provide services for?
There's a lot of counties that want us to be there because we've been with our partnership with Costco, but right now we're just servicing San Joaquin County, Stanislaus County, and Merced County right now.
That's a really wide range.
Yeah, we get around.
Ooh, you get around.
We had the perfect opening song for him.
Yeah.
So put it in my head. There it is.
That's so good. All right. What is your favorite way to build your community of clients?
The way we did it, my favorite way is just, doing good work and asking for a referral. We found that, good word gets around fast, and good work did that for us.
Yes, integrity and quality.
Ethics, integrity, and service. That's our motto.
That's good. I love that. And you're very clear and concise about that. So that'll definitely serve you well. And who is an ideal power partner for you?
I've thought about that a lot, and with this new product we're launching out, I think realtors would be a great power partner for us in referring us to commercial side of things with, video monitoring. But any realtor really that wants to protect their clients and their homes and their businesses would be a great referral partner for us.
You should be Liberty's guest to an upcoming Gold Star Club. I think that'd be good.
We're working on that.
Yes, we know.
Sounds fun.
We know lots of realtors.
Yes, we
so
do. Yeah.
we can keep you busy.
I love being busy.
Yeah, I actually met Travis at Turlock Young Professionals, which is something that we talk about here on the show too. But Travis isn't going anywhere. We're definitely going to be working together at some capacity, and this is the show is the first way. So
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I am too.
You know, Liberty has a way to convince people to stay. You know, on
Yeah, how
board
does she
too.
do that? What's going on here?
So we're talking with Travis Bailey with Central Valley Alarm, bringing us valuable insights about protecting your commercial property and assets for your business. You can reach Travis with Central Valley Alarm at 209-534-3342 or centralvalleyalarm.com. So you're listening to Justin Duncan and Liberty Santiago on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. So, Travis, when is a good time for a business owner or property owner to contact Central Valley Alarm?
You know, one of the things I've always told people, it's better to have your system in place 2 years early than 2 days late. So I'd recommend calling today.
Right now?
Right now.
Yes. Yeah. Well, after the show. All right.
Yes.
Can you give us a story where your services directly protected a business owner's assets or income?
Yes, just recently, just this last week, I had a phone call come in. A business owner that owns a bar needed me in there to help him download a clip so he could show the ABC, the liquor license board, that they had actually ID'd someone that was in an accident in Modesto and McHenry. And with our camera services, they were able to identify that the guy was carded, and that he, with the timestamp on the video, that there was about a 3 to 4 hour gap between the accident and him being there.
Yeah.
So he probably wasn't that intoxicated when he left that business owner's bar.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So we had enough verification with our videos and timestamps to show that they were responsible with their patron there.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting to hear about how they go through these footprints backwards and see. Like, that is very creative.
Yeah. Or you could always go to Norm Peterson and ask him too.
Who's that?
I got to show you Cheers. Cheers is a
Throwback.
throwback. So we have an old, our more mature audience would maybe understand that joke. So
Are you calling me immature?
I'm
just kidding.
Hey, and that's one thing. And that's one thing that you can really trust with Travis is that he is really, really fun to talk to, really easy to talk to.
What if a business owner or a property owner are not the same person? Like, who facilitates securing that properly?
I usually end up working with both people.
Okay.
The business owner there is usually the one with the concern that gets us in contact with the property owner. And I'll usually deal with the property owner on pricing, budgets. And then once the job site's in progress, we'll work with the business owner to determine what's the real areas of concern and what needs to be addressed during the process.
Okay. So you cover it all?
Yeah, we do it all.
All right. What is the typical cost for using Central Valley Alarms?
We do more work on the custom side, so it really varies per job, which is why we do provide free on-site estimates.
Okay.
But a typical job can range from a couple $1,000s to our largest jobs. They get large.
Oh, wow. So it can be very...
It varies a lot depending on the scope of work, for sure.
Okay, cool. What is the relationship between monitoring and insurance companies? So specifically, what is important to know about monitoring and the benefit of the business in regards to reporting a loss?
One thing I found with insurance companies is that they sure don't enjoy paying your claim.
They don't.
They
no.
don't. They're really going to grill you about
Yeah.
what happened. Have you taken the corrective steps to prevent this? And if you have, can you prove that this incident really happened? So I noticed that with cameras in particular, if you can give the insurance company evidence and proof that this happened and this was there in place beforehand, that they're more likely to work with you and pay you your claim.
Okay, yeah, and that's what we
So
want to
in
do.
a lot of ways, they would not like that camera service.
Yeah, a lot of ways they don't enjoy that claim, so we're not their best friend.
But I have heard Travis say this multiple times. We are for the people.
Absolutely.
So that's,
And that's what we need. We need business owners for the people.
Absolutely.
Yes. So Central Valley Alarms has a special holiday gift for the community. Can you tell us what you're going to do to give back this season?
Yeah, so as the holidays come up, and there's a lot of people that have that tough decision to make, whether they're going to pay their utility bills or put some presents under the tree, and we didn't want anyone to have to take away from putting some presents under the tree. So the company, as a company, we decided we want to take care of 5 utility bills, and myself and Pete, our sales director, wanted to match that as well. So we wanted to take care of at least 15 families' utility bills for the holidays, and just make sure that they don't have to sacrifice their kids' presents that everyone wants under the tree.
I love that. So, okay. the people that are listening and maybe could resonate with this message that you're giving, I maybe need my utility bill taken care of, or, my sister or my cousin, how would they get in contact with you to have that facilitated?
So that's one thing we've gone back and forth about trying to figure out. We thought that maybe it'd be a good idea to write some letters, send it in an email. I don't know if we want to pick them at random.
Well, for anonymity purposes, I'm sure that, having them write an email to you directly would be the best. And what email would you like them to send their letter to? You
can send it to my CVA email. It's tbailey, it's TBAILEY at centralvalleyalarm.com.
And one more time, because they're getting their pens out right now.
Okay, everyone got your pens ready? You ready?
They're pulling over, too.
Yes.
Pull over safely. Give it a moment. It's TBAILEY at centralvalleyalarm.com.
So you're listening to Travis Bailey with Central Valley Alarm. You can reach him at 209-534-3342 or centralvalleyalarm.com. And you're listening to Justin Duncan and Liberty Santiago on Power Talk 1360 KFIV.
Do you enjoy this show? Remember that you heard about us, the Small Business Voice, on the radio, and share this with your friends and your family. Also, you can find us on Instagram, and you can find us on smallbusinessvoicemedia.com and connect with me, Liberty Santiago, directly at libertybrand.biz. We're here talking with Travis Bailey of Central Valley Alarm, and he's here with his sales director, Pete Qualis, and we are going to talk about stewardship and charitable contributions and how we can create a ripple effect and what the impact is of our involvement, our active participation in the pulse of the community. So, Travis, I have the chills thinking about this idea that you guys came up with to sponsor up to 15 utility bills for Central Valley customers and listeners. So where did this idea even come from?
So it came from Pete, our sales director here, and we were just talking about how we can, kind of give back to the community. And Pete had a great idea, and we just decided to run with it.
Absolutely. Pete, where did that come from? Like, you felt this come from your heart, from a place of something that happened to you in the past? Like, where did this come from?
Hey, good afternoon. We talk about poverty going on across the world, but we don't talk about poverty going on here in the United States, which we all face poverty. I faced poverty growing up, which is one of the things that brought it upon my heart. And 5 years ago, I used to be the young adult coordinator for my church, and we actually did a few fundraisers where we raised families to pay for the utility bills for their families during the holiday season. And me and Travis were talking about goals recently and the importance of making our goals not just about ourselves, but about other people. And with the holiday season coming up, that's why we came up with Central Valley Alarm paying for 5 utility bills, Travis paying for 5 utility bills, and myself paying for 5 utility bills. Because it's not about what we can do for ourselves, but what we can do for other people.
That's so true. I mean, and the rewards extend beyond the monetary value, right? You can see the impact in the homes. You can see the impact in the lives that, can now have more gifts under the tree. There's just so much here, and it's something money cannot buy, although we are using money as an exchange. So really, really thankful for you guys bringing this message to the Central Valley. And I just challenge anybody listening to see how they could get back in their community. And if you're struggling with poverty, you can get a hold of Central Valley Alarm. And what was the process here about applying for this charity?
Well, there's a lot of privacy laws out there, so when we try to contact the schools and the hospitals and the utility companies, they cannot tell us what families were in need, and we understand that, so that's why we're doing more of, if you're able to write a letter of talking about yourself and your family and your need, and if you can email it or mail it in, we're just going to pick the letters at random because everybody's in need, and we don't want to say that this person, it deserves it more than that person, so it's going to be by random.
I love that.
That's got to be fair.
Yeah.
So, I think that's, yeah.
So if in preparation for this letter, to receive these letters, where should the applicants send their letters?
We want to do it for 2 people because some families out there that are in need, they may not have access to a computer, and they may not know how to write a proper email essay to us. So that's why we also wanted to do a handwritten letter that you can actually send to 2948 Turpin Avenue, Riverbank, California.
How do you spell that?
Turpin, 2948 Turpin Avenue, Riverbank, California, 95367.
All right. That's so good. I love it. And then what about the email address? Where is that going to go? Travis, it looks like you're up to the plate now.
So you can go ahead and send that to my email. It's tbailey at Central Valley Alarm. That's TBAILEY at centralvalleyalarm.com.
So,
Very good.
You know, the one thing that the Small Business Voice and Central Valley Alarm have in common is we're both for the people. As I was reminded by Peter, who is a friend of mine, and also is still coaching me, even on breaks.
Yeah. You know what? Why don't we take just a really quick moment to talk about this round robin relationship that's happening here with Pete and Justin. I met Travis at Turlock Young Professionals, and Travis is here, you know, at the studio, and he says, I want to bring in my sales director, Pete, and he actually knows Justin Duncan.
Yes.
Like, what a small world this is.
And you know what, to add to that, my business partner is actually one of Pete's mentors, and that's how we met. So there's a full circle going on here.
Yes. I love that. And that just is a display of community right there.
Absolutely.
And we're all here for each other to win. We're not in competition. We're in collaboration.
Yeah.
And that's another big theme in entrepreneurship, is to really, you know, we can help ourselves by helping others rise.
Yeah, we want to help build each other up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's an example of a way that you help build each other up in your business?
I think that Pete definitely helps hold me accountable to the goals that we set. And then I think I definitely set a fire under Pete's ass. Oh, I shouldn't say that, should I, on the radio? Can I say that on the radio?
Sure. But when we're talking about accountability, Pete, what is it that you, how do you hold Travis accountable?
So 2 words that have been going around in our circle are encourageability and accountability. We believe in helping support each other, and I told Travis, well, one of the ways I'm helping Travis out and holding him accountable and encouraging him is organization. I just bought him a pretty cool whiteboard canvas that has the weeks, the weekdays, the to-do list, the quote of the day. It's great. I love it. And he actually put it up in his kitchen so he sees it every day, which helps with the organizational skills. Travis, for me, helping me be accountable and encouraged. I'm trying to cut back on the sweets. The other day I bought some gummy lifesavers. This guy's like, what are you doing? He's like, give me them. I'm going to throw them out the window. I was like, dude, you throw them out the window, I might jump with it because those are really good. But the premise of that was we encourage each other and we hold each other accountable.
I like that. And it's not just about business. It's about, you know, everything. And I talk to my clients about this all the time, is the way that we do one thing in our life is the way that we do everything. So we can't just say like our personal life is a mess, but our business is great, because that is never the case. So, you know, and don't get overwhelmed by changing things. If you want to change your life, you start with 1 or 2 things at a time. And that is going along with the encourageability and the accountability, which I love that theme a lot. So, Justin, if you could think of one thing that you want to change to become a better business owner, off the top of your head, what would you say?
Studying.
Ooh,
Yeah,
what would you like to study?
Well, actually, I just started studying Grant Cardone.
Nice.
Actually, yeah. So I got his ebook, and I'm taking his classes at 2 p.m.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
So, and this is about real estate investing?
Well, no, it was more about building, well, yeah, actually the right things to invest in,
Yes.
for one, but also kind of perfecting your sales technique also.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I want to improve on.
I talk to people all the time about sales, and I was just talking to my good friend Sheena Works, and she is a master saleswoman, and she was telling me that there's actually 4 archetypes when it comes to sales, and that you want to be able to adapt your sales presentation to that archetype. So you could find out what that archetype is by studying. You can then, at the beginning of the conversation, figure out what archetype it is and adapt the way that you talk to that person.
Studying and repetition, too. You
Oh,
gotta,
yeah.
You got to listen to it all the time.
Yeah, that's what I say. I thought it was real cool that you mentioned Grant. I actually met him. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
He kicked me out of his office for telling him patience was a virtue.
He's a hard ass.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
But he's successful. I mean, it's,
I'm coming for his job.
Yeah, there you go. Wow.
Yeah, no, he's got that style about him, and that is a virtue, is to be very direct and honest, because we need to collapse time. That's the one commodity that we're all suffering without, right? Is that we only have the 24 hours in front of us.
We got to make every moment valuable.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, we want to thank Travis and Peter for actually coming on today. And
Central
pleasure.
Valley Alarm.
Yes. Thank you for coming
Yay.
on. You can reach Travis Bailey at 209-534-3342 or centralvalleyalarm.com. Do you enjoy the show? Remember to share us what you heard on the Small Business Voice with your friends and family. Also follow us on our Instagram page, which is up, the Small Business Voice Media, and our Facebook page.
I'm really rather impressed with the website, which is smallbusinessvoicemedia.com. Go check that out. All of the prior episodes are memorialized there, and you can also check in to be a part of our newsletter. And lastly, you can reach out to us to be a future guest on the show. If you are a standout leader, if you have something of value to share with the business community, we want to hear your voice, and we are for you.
We also want to learn from you, too. So if you have some insights for us, we'd love to learn.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You're listening to Liberty Santiago and Justin Duncan on The Small Business Voice.
I want to thank our guest, Travis Bailey from centralvalleyalarm.com. The topic today is monitoring the health of your business by Liberty Santiago, our intuitive business consultant and manifestation mentor of Diamond Consulting, LLC. And then today we are going to be talking about monitoring the health of your business and how it impacts the success as a growing business or a startup entrepreneur.
Thank you, Justin. Today I'm going to give you 3 tips to consider implementing in your life to adopt an abundance mindset for the success and fulfillment inside of your business, because sometimes you sacrifice success versus fulfillment, but I want to teach you that you can have both. So tip number 1 is to record the vitals. What are you avoiding in your business? Sometimes the thing that we don't want to take a look at are those metrics, because they hold some sort of shame or guilt around certain topics. So, for example, bookkeeping or office politics. By avoiding the awareness around the numbers or exactly what the issues are, that is scarcity mindset, and that does not create health. And it's your job as a leader to make sure that you're aware for the best business hygiene. And this gives you the ability to make well-informed decisions. Sick people who want wellness ask for help when they get sick. So just think about that. Like, if you're sick, if you feel like a fever coming on and you've been trying to give yourself Band-Aid solutions and now you're on the 4th day of a fever, like, you don't wait until you can't drive to the doctor to get help, right? You got to make that phone call and ask for help. And so that's really the message that I'm sending you, is that leaders take radical responsibility to maintain the hygiene of their business by preventing the illness with having healthy habits. And that's by looking at those metrics.
That's why I don't have employees.
Well, we could get there if that's it. The growing business, I saw this quote the other day by a lady named Tier Dawn, and she says that if your goals do not involve other people, that your goals are not big enough. Like, thinking scalability, right?
Yeah.
If you have the mentality that you can do it all by yourself, you're not thinking big enough.
Yeah.
And so,
And you wouldn't want to do it by yourself either, honestly. I mean,
No.
it's too exhausting.
Yeah.
You don't want to be responsible for everything. You need help.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and tip number 2 is healthy habits. So create an assessment of your habits in your business. And this is the actionable item. write down your healthy and unhealthy habits.
I'll have to do that. That's a good tip.
So more specifically, write down what are your income producing activities and what are the non-income producing activities. But come at it from a neutral space. Because you don't want to come at this with like criticism or, giving yourself a hard time. This is about creating habits for wellness. So if you could score yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best health, what's the number you would like your score to be in your business?
Oh, well, I would like my score to be a 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what is the number that you would score your business today?
Today, I would score it probably about a 6. Yeah.
I would give you about a 7 or an 8. There's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
Here, and I can speak to this because we're doing the show together, and we're a new show, and
we are.
Yeah, our partnership is growing, and we're becoming better leaders, better people, and
my job gets in the way though.
Oh well.
But actually, I could also listen to audio cassettes as I'm doing my job, so that's one luxury I do have.
That is a luxury.
Yeah,
it really, really is.
Yeah.
All right, and the last tip here is create a clear vision. Healthy habits start with a clear vision. When was the last time you created your vision board?
Mine was, about a year? Because it was with you.
Yeah, so a year ago.
So I'm due for one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So if you answered more than a year, then please head over to my website, libertybrand.biz, and on the store page, you can actually register for the next Vision Board workshop. And I wanted to be inclusive of everybody listening, so I created a virtual workshop model. So this can be done if you're in Texas, Florida, Colorado, or, SoCal or NorCal, and you can't make it to the next live event. But if you want to meet in person, if you want that full experience, then you can also join us at the next live Vision Board workshop. So head on over to the web and register for that, and we're going to get connected and get you plugged in.
Yeah. By the way, Liberty made that decision for me today, too. She goes, you're going to come to my next Vision Board.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right. And so I want to leave you with this quote. The strong individual is the one who asks for help when he needs it. And that's Rana Barrett.
All right. So is it time for a community corner now?
Yeah.
It is. All right.
Yeah. What's going on?
All right. So this says today. So get ready to go because this is going to start.
It actually started at 10.
It did. So you're late. This is the Holistic Chamber of Commerce Community Healing Fair going on from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Seasons at 945 McHenry Avenue. So, you know what? If you go there now, you should be able to get some valuable information.
You can.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so come and enjoy 25 unique vendors that are made up of local healers, psychics, readers, holistic items, botanicals, crystals, jewelry. And this event is hosting free workshops, including crystal bowl, sound bath, meditation. That sounds interesting. Transformation movement, manifesting, and a drum circle. And then also this week coming up, we have our Gold Star Regional meetings. Every day this week, you can meet Liberty and I on Thursdays at noon over at Skewers. You can be Liberty's guest because today is your birthday, so I want to throw that out there.
Thanks, Justin.
You're welcome. Happy birthday, Liberty.
Thank you.
All right. And then we also have Turlock Young Professionals the fourth Thursday of each month at 4:30 p.m. at the Grand Cru at the Main Street in Turlock. That's where you met Travis, correct?
That is where I met Travis.
So you never know who you're going to meet. And then we also have the Modesto Chamber of Commerce hosts a women's business mentorship program every fourth Wednesday of the month from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is open to the public and will be held on Zoom. So what questions do you have or what wisdom do you have to share? Be sure to leave a comment.